In the Brother Race Report, we travel to Zone 7 in the Cape for Monster Energy National Motocross, brought to you by TRP for Thor Riding Apparel. Your commentator is Laren van der Westhuzien.
Thanks, Dave. Welcome to round 2 of the Monster Energy TRP Motocross Nationals here at Zone 7 in Cape Town. Motocross, one of the fastest growing motorsports in South Africa at the moment. Massive crowds gathered here to watch this very exciting sport. Dave Petersen caught up with Lloyd Verkeil.
Great for you, so you're looking for a bit of a comeback here in Cape Town?
Yeah, Harry Smith started off well. Just the second moto, I didn't get such a good start. But yeah, today the track was quite nice in practice, a little bit wet, a lot of rain out there, so we're battling to see. But yeah, I'm sure the racing will be good.
What brings Lloyd Verkeil back year after year?
See, sometimes I ask myself that, but once it's in your blood, it's hard to get rid of it.
Motocross is like a drug. Very addictive sport, high adrenaline, and this is one of the premier classes of motocross, the MX2 class, 250cc 4 strokes. The Monster Girls hold up the 15-second board. When it turns to 5, they will be underway with the first race here in Zone 7. You can hear the hype in the background. Concrete start, going to make it very difficult to get traction. Away they go. It's going to be so important for the whole shot, and it looks like a great start from the hometown favourite, Anthony Reynard. Can he stay on the brakes late enough to hold on to that race lead? Lots of riders in this class, and I tell you what, it's going to be hard to get through to the front. Anthony Reynard up in the front. The local man knows this track really well. He's going to be under serious pressure, though, from a few youngsters, and that man in second place is Matty Milan. Kieran Fitzgerald in third. Bit of a gap back to third place. Some big tussling going on there with Tristan Purdon. They come through the very fast left-hand, and 1 lap done. Anthony Reynard still leads. Matty Milan. Can Kieran Fitzgerald stay in the chase? It's going to be a three-way battle up in the front, all running very similar lap times. You can see the stylish ride there from Matty Milan. It looks like Tristan Purdon, TLB Yamaha, got up into that 4th place. So lots of dicing all the way through the field, like we said, and there has been a change in the front. Matty Milan on the number 57 has gone through to the front. The informed rider at the moment. We caught up with Ryan Ngili to find out what the riders are dealing with out there on this fantastic Zone 7 track.
The track's good. It's really fast. It's a mix of sand and hard pack, a lot of jumps. It's really flowing. I love 250s, and I think it's the same for a 250 and a 450.
And Ryan, just a bit about yourself, what you've been up to overseas, all that sort of thing?
Yeah, I've been to and from America over the past four years or so. Last year was my first full year back in the country. I found my feet again, and then this year we're back in the mix trying to fight for a championship.
Certainly a very determined rider, and he will be fighting for that championship. There's Anthony Reynard. Looks like he's not going to stay up in the front. It's Tristan Purdon that has made the pass, so something must happen to Anthony Reynard. He's gone backwards a little bit. Wow, one of the hometown favourites there with some work to do now. He was hoping for a win, but that man is in the front. A new challenge, though, coming from behind. He's not giving up. It's Kieran Fitzgerald. All of a sudden, the experienced number 108 in the mix and trying to make a last-ditch effort to get this race win. They're going through the back markers now. Mr. Moves, Anton Hendrickson out of the way very quickly, and Kieran Fitzgerald can continue his chase on the front. So Tristan Purdon on the number 41. He'll be heading to Europe for the Valkenswaard GP shortly. He's in 3rd place. Anthony Reynard back in 4th, not where he would have wanted to be. And riders going down. Just seeing the track conditions catching them out at the moment. The track is starting to get rough. But there we go. Lots of signals there from Matty Milan. He's realised there's a big threat coming from behind on the 108. But he's going to be able to hold on to it. The Monster Girls saying, here's the black and white. You've won this first heat. Matty Milan, good ride. Second place, the 108 Red Bull KTM of Kieran Fitzgerald. He fought hard for the win, just couldn't pull it off. The youngster had a little bit more pace in him. Two legends of motorsport there, commentators Peter Rick and Laren van der Westhuzien, and the Monster Girls waving on. Lots of exciting action here at Zone 7 for round 2 of the Motocross Nationals as we go onto the line for the MX1 class, race 1. And this is going to be a big one. The premier class of motocross in South Africa. 15-second board goes up. And we'll wait for the gate to drop and see who gets the whole shot here. Going to be very important to get a good start like we've already seen in the MX2 class. See everyone leaning back as opposed to forward like they normally do on a sand start, holding the gate quite a long time, and away they go. And once again, it looks like Anthony Reynard with the whole shot. He certainly knows this concrete start backwards. Spends a lot of time practicing on this track. And wow, is he going to be able to hold on to it? It looks like Session Odia, that TLB Monster Energy Yamaha in second place. The man had a disaster first round, will be hoping to redeem himself and get back in the championship points. Good start from Ross Branch, but let's catch up with Session Odia and see how his practice went.
Yeah, we didn't get a few things in right with my training and with the bike, just a few setup issues, and then it all goes together, and at the end you're just a bit off, and then you end up behind quite a few guys. So looking forward to today. I prefer this track, my setup feels good. I'm hoping to make amends and get some better results for the team.
The pace this year looks like it's hotted up a little bit compared to last year.
Yeah, I think people do a lot of thinking and soul searching and training in the off season, and you never know what you're going to get from them. And every year, it just seems to up the game somehow, and that looks like they've done it again this year.
Well, man, going down in the turn, you see definitely a different technique to riding in the sand. You've got to make sure you get on the power nice and early, otherwise the front wheel digs in and down you go. As that man, Sean Nell, is about to experience as well. They're just a little late on the power, and down he goes. So he's going to take lots of energy to get back up and get going. Michael Doherty, let's catch up with him.
Yeah, I had a problem with the 450 and gonna ride the 250 in the 450 class. So I feel a little bit confident on it, but it's gonna be a bit down on power, but it's gonna have to happen, eh?
So sadly, Michael Doherty out of this one with the DNF, but Sasha Nordia leads on the number one with one to go. Anthony Reynard applying massive pressure. Back in third place was Karen Fitzgerald, and the KTM riders there, also Ross Branch. Caleb Tennant suffering some sort of problem on his home track. He would have liked to have been further up the field. There's going to be a big dance to the checkered flag. Sasha Nordia just hanging on for dear life. We know Anthony Reynard, one of the fittest riders in the sport. He will not give up the chase here whatsoever. Karen Fitzgerald just lost touch with the front runners, so in a lonely third place at the moment on the 108, but he'll take a podium any day. And big tussles going on for that fourth place. Shannon Blanche and David Goosen, two Husqvarna riders, starting to make their way through the field. Checker flag waiting up on Sasha Nordia though. There he comes through the final turn. He was able to hang on and definitely redeem himself from the Harry Smith round just a couple of weeks ago. MX2 race 2, we saw all the action in race 1 with Matty Milan making his way through to the front. Can he do it once again? And he's certainly got a cracker start from the inside gate down into turn 1. It's a double left-hand turn, a very sharp left-hand as they come out of the second turn. Looks like Matty's been able to hold on to it as the riders go through. Tristan Purdon with a decent start, as well as Reed Sinix, his teammate. And they go through that to right-hand turn. So Matty Milan got to the front nice and early. He will be a hard man to beat from here on that 57. The big threat is right behind him in Anthony Reynard. It's a good start from the Ace Motorsports Husqvarna. Man on his home track, and another decent start from the 108, Karen Fitzgerald. Those are the top three. Certainly had the pace over the rest of the riders so far this weekend. Tristan Purdon battled with a few bad starts, and he can make his way through to the front. So Matty Milan, nice shot of him up and over that big finish tabletop. And Karen Fitzgerald locked in a battle as well. Looks like Tristan Purdon got himself in the action on the 41. So good racing there as they go through that very fast left-hander. They scrub over that little tabletop, and a great shot as we watch all the riders go over that Monster Energy finish line. A lot of riders in the MX2 class, and look at the style and the skill of these riders. And all whipping to stay nice and low. There was Lo Schmidt, one of our top off-road riders. Nice to see him out there racing in this form of racing. Right, there's the 57, Matty Milan up in the front, starting to check out. Can the 41 of Tristan Purdon hold on to second place? We know that he's heading to the Valkenswaard GP in Holland in a couple of days' time from this, and he'll be riding a 300cc two-stroke Yamaha in a new class that they're forming there. There we go, Anthony Reynard dropped back a little bit. He must have made a mistake. He had such a good start going. You see the lines of Matthew Milan, but this is where all the action is for second place at the moment. Karen Fitzgerald applying massive pressure to the 41. There we go, there's Anthony Reynard up into fourth place now, redeeming himself. Jason Fisser on the number 14, up and coming young star in motocross in South Africa, ahead of William Sutherland, another one of the Midas Husqvarna riders, also finding his feet in this class. Reed Sinix had a great start, but unfortunately dropped it early on, all the way back in 8th place at the moment, so trying to make amends there. A good ride coming from the 31. That's Bernie Eckerl, but the win going to the 57 of Matty Milan, and a little victory salute there. Nothing too much. He knows it's a long season ahead of him, and he's had to work harder on this very rough motocross track. Second place, look at that. Big knack-nap whip for Tristan Purdon. And not holding back at all, knowing that he's going to race that Grand Prix. And Karen Fitzgerald back in third place. Going to have to settle for a bunch of podiums. But to confirm then, the number 1 Maddie Milan on the 57, Karen Fitzgerald and Tristan Purdon tied on points, but Tristan Purdon getting the 2nd overall. We catch up with Tristan Purdon.
I had a lot of fun today. The track was brutal in the last day, especially with the shadows, but I just had a lot of fun. I want to thank all my sponsors, TLB, Monster Energy, One Zipper, Fist Handwear, Thor, Gurney, everyone who's supporting me. Thank you.
Made that one a lot easier. I got the whole shots and just rode my own race, which made it a lot easier on me. So I'd like to thank TLB, Monster Energy, Yamaha, Fox, Ekrol, Yamaha, my mom, my dad, Motul, Acerbis,
And all the others.
Everyone else, thank you. Raystar Graphics, thanks just to everyone. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Lots of appreciation from the massive crowd that gathered here at Zone 7 today. And of course, to witness some star racing there from Maddie Milan on the line for the 2nd MX1 race. We saw a great race up in the front between Sasha Nordia and Anthony Reynard. Karen Fitzgerald was a little back, but not such a good start from Sasha Nordia this time. We'll wait and see who it turns out to be. The 108 Karen Fitzgerald certainly looking to redeem himself and get up there towards the front end of the field. You can see lots of riders in this MX1 class, the premier class of motocross in South Africa, 450 cc's of pure horsepower. Karen Fitzgerald has taken the KTM to the front on the 108, and already a little bit of breathing room over the rest of the pack at this stage. Looks like Sasha Nordia fought his way into 2nd place. That needed to happen because Anthony Reynard right with him. Looks like Shannon Blanche there in that 4th place, but we caught up with the other Husqvarna man, the former Holeshot King, David Goosen.
David Goosen, the Holeshot King. Are we going to see a Holeshot today in the MX1s?
Let's hope so. This year it hasn't been so successful with the starts, but kind of realised why, and today we're ready for it. And you know, last year we had a tough year with getting starts and then going nowhere, but we've changed it around this year and we're definitely here for a fight. And so let's hope concrete start here in Cape Town. In the previously I've been okay on them, and just want to get two good races and gain that little bit of points that I lost out at Harry Smith.
Well, David didn't get the starts as we watch Michael Doherty trying to fight his way through to the front, but David locked in a massive battle there with Zimbabwean Jaden Ashwell and Lloyd Fakale. Well, there we go, Michael Doherty in that 2nd place, and really has put in the fastest lap to get there. Can he catch that man on the 108, Karen Fitzgerald? Sasha Nordia now having to battle with Anthony Reynard back in 3rd place, and there is Shannon Blanche on that Midas Husqvarna. And the guys all fighting to stay up near the front end of the field. There we go, Jaden Ashwell and Lloyd Fakale in that big battle. The Zimbabwean has really improved on that 211. So Karen Fitzgerald leads, but look at the number 19. That Kawasaki starting to get closer to the front very, very quickly. He's going to have to ride hard because the number 1, after a win in Heat 1, feeling very confident on that TLB Monster Energy Yamaha. That Ace Motorsports Husqvarna back and forth. Here we go, Karen Fitzgerald, Red Bull KTM up in the front. Once he gets there, he doesn't put a foot wrong at all. Very hard man to beat once he's in 1st place. Big jumps on the Zone 7 track, and look how he is scrubbing to try and get some extra speed and get through to the front, Michael Doherty. And that battle between Anthony Reynard. But where has Michael Doherty gone? Because Karen Fitzgerald takes the win ahead of Sasha Nordia, and there's Anthony Reynard. So after all that effort, the number 19 went missing. And the Red Bull KTM taking the win in the 2nd heat. So with the 1st and a 2nd, Sasha Nordia doing enough to take the win overall ahead of Karen Fitzgerald and Anthony Reynard. Let's catch up with our podium finishers and Michael Doherty.
I don't know, somehow I stepped up the pace. I put in the homework, but the guys are fast. The track got rough, and after my tumble in the MX2 race, I'm feeling a little bit sore, but good result nonetheless. Enjoyed it, and I'm proud to race with these guys.
But just being up with the guys after last national, I'm really happy. Just got to thank the Lord and my team, Yamaha, TLB, everyone behind me. They know who they are.
In the last race, I sort of went for broke. I tried to go around the outside, and I just managed to have enough grip to carry it through. So, yeah, winning's always good. Coming third is not good enough. So, I'm happy.
Mike, you're charging like a demon, and it all came to nothing there.
Yeah, I was pushing hard, you know. I really wanted to win after all the bad luck I've had this week, and you know, last lap I just lost focus there, and the front end just tucked, and yeah, but it was good racing, had fun, and yeah.